Most people in the UK are leaving free money on the table right now and they don't even realise it. If you miss the deadline on April 5th, you don't just lose a date in the calendar. You also lose the right to shield up to £20,000 from the taxman permanently, and may I also add, legally. In this video, I'm going to show you why you need to act now even if you don't have a single stock in mind to buy. I'll break down how the average investor can become a millionaire by using these accounts. And I'll also share how I'm using them for my own personal benefit and also for my son's benefit for when he turns 18, even if that's 17 years away. The clock is ticking, let's get into it. In the UK, we're approaching the end of the financial year and everybody in the UK is entitled to a stocks and shares ISA. This allows us to invest £20,000 per financial year tax-free. But if you don't use this year's allocation before midnight on April 5th, it's gone forever. It does not roll over to the next year. Now, you might think I don't have £20,000 to invest, so this is not for me. But here's the reality check. The average retail investor in the UK currently only invests around £3,000 to £5,000 per year. According to recent data, the average ISA investment is currently under £6,000 per year. And for many, this is a regular payment of £250 to £300 per month. So if you are the average person, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be using this tax-free ISA to avoid giving unnecessary gains to the taxman. And even if the amounts mentioned still sound too much, don't worry, because it is still completely possible to invest smaller amounts and for it to be worthwhile in the future. We're going to run some numbers very shortly in this video, so make sure you stick around for that. So if you're putting £50 or even £1,000 into this ISA per month, you are still well within the threshold. And if you're going to invest anyway but not use an ISA, you are giving away a percentage of your profits for absolutely no reason. So what actually is the stocks and shares ISA? Think of it as a tax-free wrapper. Anything inside of this wrapper, whether it be capital gains, dividends, interest, any profits, are completely invisible to HMRC. And just to reiterate again, yes, this is completely legal. Now, the crucial point here is that a lot of people panic because they just don't know what stocks to buy. But I want to make it very, very clear that you do not need to buy stocks before April 5th. You just need to move cash into the ISA account before this date. Most platforms now allow you to hold your contributions in cash for as long as you want. So in theory, you can let that cash sit in the brokerage account under the stocks and shares ISA for months whilst you do your own research. Some people prefer to pick their own stocks, other people prefer to just dump it into index funds, which is the safer option. But that's a video for another time, so if you want to hear more about that, comment down below, let me know, and I'll be sure to put that together. To reiterate, the important part is that the cash has entered the tax-free wrapper before the deadline. Once it's in there, it's protected forever. Now, a lot of people watching may be thinking that it is just not worthwhile investing because of the small amounts they can contribute. So now it's important to talk about the power of compounding. Let's run some numbers and take a look at how things work out on average if you are to use this tax-free wrapper. We're going to look at 3 levels of monthly investing, dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500 index fund, assuming a 10% average annual return over a 35-year period. If you was able to invest £100 per month, the total into the pot over these 35 years would be £42,000. With the average return, you're looking at a final pot towards your retirement of £379,000 tax-free. However, if you was to double this up and contribute £200 per month, we'd be looking at an input of £84,000 and an output of over £750,000. And if we can afford more, a £500 monthly contribution would total up at £210,000 invested over the 35 years, giving a grand final pot of £1.9 million. Now, normally, if you end up with profit close to £2 million, £20,000, you usually would pay a pretty good chunk to the taxman. But in this case, you would owe them absolutely nothing. And I understand that everybody's situation is different. Maybe £100 per month is still too much. Maybe you don't have 35 years to wait. But there are plenty of compounding calculators online that you can check out to see your own circumstances and how that would look in the future. But this just paints the picture of how powerful compounding can be. And the key to it is starting early and putting as much as you can in the pot. Your future self is definitely going to thank you. I get it. Looking at the £20,000 limit can seem a little overwhelming, especially when you're looking at your own bank balance. I'm not here to tell you that finding spare cash to invest is easy, but building wealth isn't always about having a high salary. It's about habits. An investing journey can start extremely small. There is no problem with that. And it could be just that one less takeaway or that one less night out could get things started. This isn't about putting £30 or £50 into your investment brokerage account. This is about retraining your brain into an investor's mindset. And the worst thing that you can possibly do is wait until the end of the month to see what's left, because let's be real, it's often nothing. I believe the best way forward is to set up a standing order on the day you get paid. If the money leaves the account the moment you get paid, then you never actually seen it and you don't miss it. This is the start of building good habits. Naturally, you will then adapt your spending to what is actually left in the account. If you're going to do this, automation is absolutely the key to success. And if you're struggling, try not to think of that money as being gone. You've basically made a long-term investment into companies that will appreciate over time, and therefore you are just paying your future self. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this today, but the 20k stocks ISA is just the start of the ISA world. I've personally used two other tax cheat codes, which are the JISA and the LISA. The JISA stands for Junior ISA, and this is what I am doing for my son right now. The limit on this ISA is £9,000 per year, but me personally, I just put in £100 a month. I've been doing this for him since birth, and that £100 automatically comes out of my bank and goes straight into the S&P 500. Over the 18 years before he gets his hands on the money, I will have invested £21,600, and the estimated value at 18 is to be £60,000. Now, he's never going to know this until he's 18, so I really hope he doesn't watch this video at some point, but he will be starting his adult life with approximately £60,000 tax-free. Could I do more? Well, possibly, but I don't want to give him everything on a silver spoon. And then moving on to talk about the LISA, otherwise known as the Lifetime ISA. Now, this can be used for retirement, but I chose to use it for my house deposit a couple of years back. You put in £4,000 per year, and the government basically just gives you a 25% bonus on that, which is £1,000. 4 grand in, 5 grand out. Now, I'm not sure if the Help to Buy scheme is still a thing, but it was when I was saving up, and this just worked out better mathematically. Using this, I managed to save up £5,000 per year towards my house deposit, and my wife was able to do the same. So before we come to the end of this video and you run to your banking app, there are two quick things we need to mention. Number one is the use it or lose it rule. If you only put £5,000 in this financial year, you cannot put £35,000 in next year. The limit resets to 20k. Also, check if your provider offers a flexible ISA. This allows you to withdraw the money and put it back in as many times as you want within the financial year. Not all ISAs do this, so for the safest bet, you want to put that money into the account and leave it. Personally, I use Trading212 because I really enjoy the user experience. I think the interface is perfect for beginners. I will leave a ref link down below, and if you want to use it, you will get up to £100 worth of free shares when you make your first deposit. So the clock is ticking towards April 5th, just a few days away at the time of recording. Even if it's just £50, put it in a tax-free wrapper today. The hardest part is getting started. You never know, once you make that first deposit, you might just catch the investor's bug. Your future self will thank you for the investments that you made, but more importantly, the tax that you saved. If you did enjoy this video, if it was helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more financial content like this. And comment down below to let me know if you are tax-free investing right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.